Man, I must be the busiest man in parts business right now. So earlier today we went to the junkyard. We shipped a bunch of parts over the weekend, and now I'm here at my storage to pick up yet some more parts to be shipped. It's crazy. You guys recognize these? Well, you should. These are my original luggage rack rails. For those of you that have been following along long enough, you know that these were replaced with the SE luggage rack that you see on my R50 now. So yeah, I just sold these on eBay. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these in the back of the R50. And then I need to go to Home Depot to get a shipping box and on to Walmart to get some shipping supplies. Oh, I just got done packaging up those luggage rack roof rails. This is on its way to Oregon, and I'm gonna be shipping this via UPS. So here in a few, I'm gonna get dressed and go take this thing to drop it off, and I'm done. Yep. My name is Chris, and welcome to the Camper Dan Files. This is the first time in about 3 weeks that we've visited the junkyard here. There's a couple of R50s, 2 to be exact, and a couple of Nissan Xteras that I want to check out. And then there's some other miscellaneous parts that I'm going to be after to replenish my eBay store so I can make a couple more sales. Some of the wheels and tires they have in here. These are nice. 5-lug setup though. Wonder how much they want for these. Well, it looks like they want $475. It's not too bad. You'll have to replace the tires. Still nice though. So the gentleman that I got this cart from was actually here to pull some parts off of a Miata convertible. Which I thought was really cool because you don't see too many of them anymore. They're kind of a rarity on the junkyard. And look at this old Cadillac. Wow. This thing's pretty cool. I just want to see what year it is. Oh, 1970. It was a nice car. Bumper's still here. Looks like somebody's taking off a defender, a door. Hubcaps is still here. Front seats, looks like they're still in relatively good condition. Yeah. Still has all its hubcaps, although some of them have been swapped around. Oh, check out this old Porsche.
Right here.
Wow. 2 of them. Wow.
She's a manager here. I can keep an eye on him. You have to.
Ooh, look at this thing. Oh, man. Bro. 1979 Porsche 928. This is the Scarface Porsche. Wow. And then the other one's automatic. Wow, this thing is nice. I like the wheels. Wow. Yeah, it still has all 4 matching wheels, guys. This one's a 1981 928. But yeah, it's really nice. Wow.
They're doing that 1960. Okay, the salvage title, right?
This one, the wheels are gone. The other one still has its headlights. I'd imagine the headlights are worth something on those things, because they don't make them anymore. Here's that Miata. So the guy that I just met, he took the entire front clip. He has the bumper, the headlights, assemblies with the lamps. This one was an automatic. Trunk's gone. This was a 1994. Oh, still had its original wheels. All four of them, actually. And what looks like matching tires, too. Yeah, all matching. That is amazing. What's this? I think. Wait, they had. Oh, no way. So they had two Miatas. They had this one and then this one. Wow. This one was a manual. 2002. Man. This thing got stripped. Yeah, they made good use of this car. Wow. We're gonna get to the Nissan SUV section here shortly. But before I do, I wanna go ahead and scour this section of the back stock here. Because this is usually where they have the Nissan SUVs. So right away, I see one R50. I know you guys probably can't see it, so I'll zoom in so you can see. There's the back side of it right there. So that's one. I know there's none directly in front of me here, except I see what appears to be the luggage rack on one over here, right there. That looks like a 96 through 2000 roofline of an R50 with the OEM SE luggage rack. So I'm gonna go down a few more truck beds here and see if I can't get a better look at things. So I'm quite confident that that's an R50. I'm gonna try and look at it from behind, I guess. Let me see if I can see it from here. Oh, there's a D21. Oh no, that definitely is an R50, and I came down too far. I'll go back a couple and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. And again, guys, if you're gonna be out here looking for certain parts, you really ought to know how to run the yard and locate those parts. So here's a WD-21 in white. Still has its tire carrier right there. 4-door. You guys can see it right there. 4-door WD-21. And just to the left of it is going to be that R50 that we thought that we seen, and it definitely is. There's the spoiler on the rear of it. So there's one WD-21 and two R50 Pathfinders that I can see and 100% verify that they're back here. So those will be put out on the yard soon. Ooh. We're gonna go ahead and make our way to the Nissan SUV section. So here's the Nissan SUV section. And over here I can see the two new R50s that we've been looking for. Again, this one looks like it may or could have possibly had a privacy cover back here. There's broken glass everywhere. Ooh, and this one's just nasty. 2001, 2002. Huh. I've been needing this, so this one's damaged. I was gonna say this would be a good and perfect time to get it because the windows are down, which is never the case. Looks like someone attempted to take the center stack and failed. Driver's seat chewed up on the side per the usual. And this steering wheel looks like it's been altered at some point in its life. I mean, not a bad looking rig overall. Ooh, aluminum valve covers. Wow. It's a decent engine cover here. Manifolds have been taken. Yeah, I'm curious about that. I've been seeing this happening more and more with these R50s that are coming to the yard. And this radiator, man, this thing looks fresh as can be. This alternator too looks relatively new. It's just a lot of work to get in there and get things out. Scheming. Because I'm gonna need an alternator on this fan. It has a crack in it. Same thing with this center stack too, they broke it. Oh, and of course there's no floor mats here to be spoken about. Those are long gone. Seats are nice though. Nice and clean. Yeah, if I was gonna do a leather interior conversion, this would be the perfect donor truck for that. Minus the driver's seat, of course, but still really nice. Oh, this one had an aftermarket sound system in here. So that's what they were after. That's why they destroyed everything like they did. So for the 2002, I'm going to be in the market for the plastic end caps you see here. They all appear to still be in good shape. So I'm going to grab those for sure. And then I'm just going to be nosing around to see what else of value may or may not still be here. Doesn't look like much for this vehicle because, like I said, it's gross on the inside. But still fun to take a look and nose around and see what's in here. This one would have had a scissor jack. The original floor mats are gone. And this one, like its neighbor, was only a two-wheel drive. I may or may not take the clock as well. And see, this one, the exhaust manifolds were taken. See that? Oh. Heat shield. Yeah, someone meticulously went through the trouble of getting those out of there. I'm assuming they just took the entire assembly. No stinking way. Look at this, guys. 245/75 R16, and it's a Falcon Wild Peak. That's what they had on the spare. And what's the date code on this? Is that saying 12 of 21? Huh, interesting. Man, I'm almost tempted to take this wheel just to have this tire. Still has a lot of meat on it too. Ah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah, man. Because here's the thing. This tire would be too big for what I'm running, but it's a Falcon Wild Peak. Ah, let me think about it. Here's what's left of a 2001 R50 Pathfinder LE trim in blue. I showed you guys this rig before. One of the things that I got was the heated seat switches. It did have the wood grain accent, but unfortunately, it's been entirely destroyed. So we just went ahead and salvaged what was left. I'm also here for a windshield washer reservoir, which I think I'm gonna take from this rig. Let's see if it still has its reservoir up here. Because if so, it should be easy to grab, since it no longer has its front clip. Yep, and the reservoir is still here. Let's inspect it for damage. Damage free. Looks like it has a couple of scuffs here, but it still has all of its fluids present. So I think what I'm gonna do before I commit to pulling that one, I'm just gonna nose around and see what the other ones look like. Like this one down here looks like a good potential candidate too. Because what happens over time, the plastic degrades and it gets brittle and then it disintegrates. This one, as you can see, it has all of its fluids, and this is the old style connector. I did come across one where the connectors were a bit different, but this one should definitely work. The filling neck looks good. We're missing the cap, so we'll just have to find one, which that shouldn't be very hard. Here's one right here. Although I don't really like that one. It's missing a little doodad there, but if we can't find anything better, then we'll just have to make do with what we got. Oh, you know what? I like this one much better. Always like getting one like this. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my ratchet and we'll go ahead and get this reservoir off. This is also the same R50 that we pulled those external rear view mirrors from. So it's still here and it still has a lot of parts. So we got our windshield washer reservoir. Here's another component that I'm thinking about getting. I just don't want to expend the time today to get it. And I'm just looking to see if someone might have, you know, done the hard work for me. So far I'm not seeing that. But I am in the market for an alternator, because mine has started making noise, and I guess it's a 5-hour job to get it out. Because you have to empty the radiator, take the fan shroud out the way, take the power steering pump off and out the way, and then remove your alternator. And I wanted to stick with an OEM one because these last the absolute longest, but it's a lot of work to get in there, so I don't know. But I've seen a potential candidate, which I'm going to show you guys back over here with the 2001 R50. This one looks like it's had its alternator changed already.
I'll show you guys. The same one that we were just looking at with the Falcon Wild Peak. Here is the alternator on this guy. This definitely doesn't look like it's OEM. And it hasn't been in here very long. And, you know, this isn't my vehicle, so I don't have to really beat myself up too much to not break anything. Not saying that I'm gonna go in here and just destroy everything like a Neanderthal, because that's not my style. So let me do some thinking, and I'll size things up and see what's all involved. So after looking at things, once I got all of the clutter out of the way here, I don't think this truck had too many miles on it. Look at the valve cover. I mean, it just barely started seeping. Let's look at the passenger side valve cover, because that's the one that usually leaks really bad. Yeah, and it's leaking really bad. But still a lot of good parts here. So, what I was thinking, since I can see the alternator, the radiator's already been drained for me. I know it's a two-piece setup. The bottom of the fan shroud there will have to be unclipped. It's just a few clips. And there's a 10 right here. There's also one over here. Wow. Lower radiator hose is new too. Look at this. Look at this lower radiator hose. See that? So somebody was taking care of this truck. Maybe I'll take that too. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a stab at it, guys. I didn't want to stay in the junkyard for too long, but I think in this case it would be worth my effort. So let me go ahead and grab some tools and get to work here. So just give you guys a little bit of an update. We were able to get the fan and fan clutch removed from the pulley here, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is work on getting this shroud out of the way. So you guys know how I like to preserve things when and wherever I can. Unfortunately, some stuff did break. I got the lower shroud out, which is this guy right here. But the main portion of the shroud, it broke in half. This AC line here, for some unknown reason, it was bent forward into the back side of the shroud here. See where it punched a hole in it. So somebody's been in here at some point, I think. Even this AC compressor looks brand new, guys. Look at that thing. Huh? So the belts aren't new. They are used. You see the cracking there. So they were going to need to be changed at some point. My belts were worse than this when I first acquired my R50, and I changed them right away. But anywho, we can now see our alternator. I can see this bolt right here that holds the power steering pump. And I think there's one more hiding down here somewhere behind the pulley. I think that's the bolt right there. I'm gonna work on getting this out. I'm not gonna open up the power steering system because I'm trying to negate having that fluid go into our alternator. Again, I suspect that this is a replacement because it looks fairly new, but we'll know more once we get in there. So we have a few developments. We got the belt off. We got 1 and 2 fasteners, but there's a third one down here. And it's really sneaky right there behind the pulley. I think that's gonna be a 14. I'm gonna get in there with an impact socket and get that guy out. So to get to that fastener, you are gonna sneak in here just like this. Let me just readjust here. Yep. And get that fastener. So once we got all those fasteners out the way, guys, we just wiggled the power steering pump the rest of the way out. But dig this. This is an OEM Nissan part. Look at that. Ooh, jackpot. Yeah, let's get this guy the rest of the way out. So we have that fastener right there. This right here. Not sure if there's any more hidden back there. And then of course, the two connections right there. Yeah. This is actually not too bad of a job, guys. Alright guys, so now that I have all the fasteners out, I can just simply grab the alternator and wiggle that guy out of its nesting place. But I still have to get the positive cable disconnected back here, and this plug right here. See if I can get that unplugged now before I go any further. I need both my hands for this. All right, so here's our alternator, and no, it did not take 5 hours to remove it. So here's the back side. Here's where your 12 volt lead would go. There's also a spot to ground it on the back here, either here or here. And then of course you have your control side connection right here. Now the main reason why I'm shopping for an alternator is because mine just started whining out of nowhere a couple of days ago. Although it is still charging, but that whine is deafening, and ultimately I know that my alternator is singing its deaf song. So this one does have a little bit of oil on it, but it's the OEM Hitachi one. Let me try and get this in focus for you guys. This is the part number. I don't even want to know how much this would cost if you go to Nissan to get one, but I know you can't purchase one online. Amazon doesn't have it. Rock Auto doesn't have it. I don't know who else doesn't have it. I prefer to stick with the OEM stuff. So yeah, it was definitely worth it. Now, yeah, I've also speculated that it could possibly be the power steering pump. Although the noise that I'm hearing, it doesn't really get louder when you turn the steering wheel. You hear it mainly at idle. When the truck is accelerating, the noise dissipates, which is why I'm pretty confident it's the alternator. Now, this power steering pump is also in great shape too, so I might come back and get it. There's also a secondary power steering line that one of my viewers asked me to grab. I had to figure out where that thing even lives. But this radiator hose, if it's cheap enough, I might come back and get that too. But yeah, not a bad extraction. And I kept all the bolts. Now I've heard somebody mention that there's some kind of a L bracket that's supposed to go on the backside of this thing, but I don't recall seeing one or coming across one during my tear down. So I don't know if I'm overlooking it. I didn't hear anything fall. I'm just gonna take a few more glances here before I take off, but I don't see anything, and no one else had messed with that alternator. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pack up and get out of here. Yeah, so all in all, guys, I think we did really good at the junkyard today. So before I take our new alternator all the way home, I'm making a stop here at O'Reilly's. I went in to find out if they bench test alternators, and they do. And since I'm passing them on the way home anyway, I'm just gonna get this thing bench tested and make sure that it works. All right, they've just taken it to the back to go bench test it and see if it puts out the 110 amps that it's rated for. So we are back at home now. Now guys, this all started about a week ago. My battery had went dead. I jumped myself from my Altima because I just happened to be riding in tandem with my wife. My battery crapped out a few days after that, and it was outside of warranty, so I paid for a brand new battery. Again, the alternator's still charging, but listen to that whine. And the noise is definitely coming from down there. It's like, So rather than just wait until it fails completely, I got a replacement OEM unit. And it should be pretty much plug and play. I am gonna have to remove the power steering pump. But that's not that big of a deal. Honestly, I'm trying to see if I can get away with removing the pump and not removing any of the lines, mainly the high pressure line, because I don't want transmission fluid going into my replacement alternator. This alternator is completely squeaky clean, and there's not a speck of oil on that thing down there. The replacement unit is a little oily, but it looks practically brand new otherwise. And we did get it bench tested at O'Reilly's, and it works. So we're not just blindly replacing things. We made sure we did our due diligence and tested the used unit to make sure it works before we go through, you know, the hassle of pulling everything out. This repair shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm not quite sure when I'm gonna do this repair just yet, but it has to be done in the next 3 weeks, because I have to return my core so I can get my money back. And furthermore, if anything is wrong with the alternator, even after testing good, you know, I want to be able to take it back within that 30-day window. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks again for stopping by the Camper Dan Files. My name is Chris. If you've enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a like. And while you're at it, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep using your Pathfinder as a Pathfinder, on or off the pavement.